Hello and welcome to Coinmetrics. You are just about to make your first API call. Which tool are you going to use? You have a wide variety of API testing tools and programming languages that you can use for this purpose. But I'm going to show you one that doesn't need any extra software that you can just launch from your web browser, from your docs.coinmetrics.io documentation site. So join me. Come and let's go to docs.coinmetrics.io and then market data and then candles. And here we have the definition of, or the specification of the candles API, and it's got this tested button. So let's do that. And let's remember that the market in the example here is Coinbase, BTC, USD, spot, which is something that you will very quickly learn to decode and remember: exchange, base, currency, quote currency, and then the type of market. All right, so now we have our testing interface here. You see right now it says no authentication selected. So if you try to do this without anything, it's going to give an error message and say that you first need to authenticate. So I'm going to look up my password here, my API key. I'm going to select authentication type API key and put my API key in here. And in the video, it's going to be blurred so that you don't see it. But I've put it in, and now I can send again. And now I get a different message, which is that I'm missing the parameter markets. And that's because here in red letters, it says you have to at least provide the market for which you want the candles. So let's remember we wanted Coinbase, BTC, USD, spot. But let's try again. And this time we get 100 candles, and we're going to get if we don't specify any other parameters, we're going to get the 100 most recent candles. And the default is that we're going to get daily candles. So if I change that to hourly, I'm going to get the 100 hours most recent candles. But of course, we can provide a start time, an end time, and we can change the page size in order to get more candles in one go. That's all fabulous. Now, let me show you that we can do this also for all APIs by clicking on this button and then import the Coinmetrics collection. So that is going to create this list here on the left-hand side with all our APIs. Now, this at first perhaps can be a little bit overwhelming. So let me just point out some of the more interesting ones that you want to try out in the beginning. So again, I'm going to put in my API key here. This time I don't have to blur it because the software and this configuration doesn't show it in plain text. And let me show you a couple of these reference data endpoints and then work my way back to the candles. So these are the full names of the assets. So we're matching the ticker with the full name. That's useful. Then we have all the exchanges that we serve with a full name that, quite frankly, is not super useful. Then all the markets, and here, since we have so many different markets, I do recommend that you decide whether you want to look at spot markets or future markets or options markets. Otherwise, you get a lot of data back. Asset metrics. So this is going to provide all the asset metrics that we have defined. For example, here the sum of unique addresses that were active during 30 days, those kind of things. So this is the full metadata of all the asset metrics, and similarly other metrics. Now, let's see which assets actually have these. So let's pick the first, and let's go to the catalog, and please use catalog v2 because catalog v1 is deprecated. And we're going to ask available asset metrics for that metric. So I'm going to select the metric, paste the metric in that I just provided, and then let's ask which assets have this data available. And we get, again, 100 values. So we get that this metric, for example, is available for the asset Aave. The first time we collected it was the 2nd of October in 2020, and the maximum time is today. So that's how you can use the reference data and the catalog data to get the market data as well, the time series data. So that's here. We just experimented with the candles, but we can also get the raw trades, etc. Bonus feature. You can also change the format to CSV, and then this output of the API will be delivered as CSV, which you can download and save as a CSV file on your computer, and then later import into Excel, Google Sheets, etc. So that way you don't need to rely on any technical resource to use our API to get data. I hope you liked this. Let me know what you think. Bye-bye.